Today I want to tell you the things that having a YouTube channel helped me realize about singing. My name is Jorgelina, I'm a vocal coach and I specialize in teaching people how to sing in a functional manner, which means natural and easy. I have had this channel for a little while, but this year, about March, I decided to have a year challenge of posting one video every day. Very recently, I reached 1,000 subscribers, which is super exciting for me and makes me very happy and gives me motivation to keep going. So for me, it might seem like not a lot in YouTube to have 1,000 subscribers. I know that a lot of the other channels have millions and millions. But to me, to think that 1,000 people have chosen to go and hit subscribe, it's very honoring and I'm just very grateful for that. So if you are one of my subscribers, thank you very much for making me happy. Now, I understand that actually you could reach 1,000 subscribers way more easily and faster than that. But I have chosen to prioritize quality of teaching and especially to bring really honest information because I really want to reach the people that can benefit from what I can teach. It has been quite an interesting journey that of course is just starting. My YouTube journey has trained some skills that are very important to singing, and that is what I want to talk about today. And first of all, a big thank you to my boyfriend and also to my flatmate because they have encouraged me to keep going and watched most of my videos from beginning to end. So lesson number one, it's important to have your people supporting you. So thank you. The first skill that I have been training with YouTube that is very useful for singing is the skill of being consistent. So as I said, in March, I decided to post one video a day for a whole year. So still some months to go. Now, when we set goals, it's easy to say, I'm going to do this every day. Very easy. Now, actually doing it requires you to plan things ahead and it requires you to sort of learn to deal with your emotions and to learn to motivate yourself to do stuff and to learn to do stuff even if you are not motivated. And this is going to happen with your singing practice. As you might have heard me saying in other videos, the main reason why singing students won't learn to sing is because they don't practice. So there is no shortcut for that. Everybody wants to have a magic pill or something. You have to practice. Doesn't really matter how long you do that for, as long as you're being consistent. For example, in my YouTube journey, sometimes I will post a long video and sometimes I will not have time, so I will just film a short video and upload it. It was very important to me to keep on being consistent. Even if the video didn't have the best topic, even if my hair didn't look good, and even if I was sad, because of course, and this is super important for your singing practice, life happens. You're gonna be having bad days. You're gonna have changes of circumstances. As you can see, I am in a different studio than when I started publishing videos. So a lot of things have changed since then. Life goes on, but I was committed to my goal and I like to defy my emotions. And that is the main thing. When you want to practice your singing, most singing students will say, I'm gonna practice every day. And then one day they just don't feel like it and they think it's a good excuse not to practice because you don't feel like it. Well, it's not. If you are committed to that, you have to find a way. You have to plan ahead. For example, when I went on holidays, I was still filming videos during my holidays, or I will film them ahead of time in advance and schedule them in advance. With your singing practice, it's the same. If you are sick, you can use visualization, you can memorize lyrics. If you are traveling, maybe you can practice semi-occluded vocal tract exercises that don't make a lot of noise, or you can visualize. There is always something you can do. In this channel, I talk mostly about singing, but I'm also very, very into personal development and defying what is possible. And so I do believe that consistency is key for singing. For any other skill, but for singing, there is no other way because singing is tough. You have to change a lot of habits and you have to be vulnerable and you have to sense a lot of stuff. So if you want to get good at singing, be consistent. Set a goal that you can commit to. Do it no matter what. If you are able to overcome your emotions and do what you have to do, you can do whatever you want in life. Lesson number 2, haters gonna hate. Now, that is important. When I started my YouTube videos, I knew that some people were going to criticize me, and they have criticized a lot of my videos. And I have a few videos in which there are a lot of comments in another language with another characters. I haven't even translate what they mean, but according to the emojis, they probably are criticizing me. It cannot be more accurate for singing. A lot of people would love to go singing in public, and they don't because they fear what people is gonna say. You know what? People is gonna talk. And one lesson that I have learned is that actually the videos that I have had that have been the most successful are the ones that have dislikes and the ones that have bad comments. In other words, I have found this pattern that the most successful something is, the more people is gonna trash it. And then when I only have good comments and likes and everything like that, then the video actually didn't do that well. So what does tell you about your singing? If you look at the biggest artists, there is no big artist that don't have a lot of haters. I mean, even Taylor Swift says it. This is not easy because in my YouTube channel, I put so much effort coming up with good content, with original content, and not copying anyone else, and doing my best to edit the videos with my very limited skills, and hopefully they have gotten better. But I mean, I'm a musician, no tech background. So you put so much effort and time and love, and then someone that doesn't know anything about live or singing comes and makes a nasty comment. Of course, you feel like unappreciated and not listened to, and it's not a nice feeling. So I knew that was gonna happen. And the first times that happened, I felt really bad. But then I was like, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I'm not gonna stop. I kept on publishing videos every day, and there are still some comments that are not very nice, but I did become more emotionally matured about it. Like, I will read a nasty comment and I will be like, oh, that's sad, and then I will move on. The next minute I am happy again. And so this is a super important skill to master when you are a singer or when you want to do anything in life that requires you to put yourself out there. If you don't do stuff because of what people is gonna say, then you're not gonna do stuff. You're gonna be always safe and you're never gonna sing. So, and singing, it's a lot of fun and it's great for your health. So you shouldn't miss out on that because of what people is gonna say. If you are good, people is gonna say stuff. People is gonna talk anyway. So it's easy to say you shouldn't care about what people say, but it's worth learning to do it. If you think about it, when you do not do things because of what people might say, really what you are doing is you are stopping yourself from doing something you want to do because of the way you're going to feel about it. If you can, one, have a little bit more control of how you feel, which has to do with controlling your thoughts and where you focus your attention. And if you can learn to just feel your emotions and let them be rather than being like resisting, I don't want to feel that, then you can do whatever you want in life. Lesson number 3, it takes time to be yourself on stage. One of the goals that I had, like if you look at my first videos that I have published, I was pretty camera shy, and that continued for many months. And my main concern was that I wasn't really being myself like I am in my private lessons. So in my private lessons, I am in a certain way, and then when I have a camera in front of me, I will just kind of freeze and talk a little bit like a robot. And my goal was to be a little bit more myself. That's it. That's all I wanted, because I really do want to attract the right people, the people that really resonates with me. Still getting there, but I think I have improved quite a bit, or at least I feel much more comfy on camera. The main thing with this is that it takes practice. So it takes practice to be more yourself. This is the same for me with the camera. Like, I've been singing for a long time, but I have not been filming stuff for a long time. So I'm a beginner still, and it takes time and practice and repetition to be a little bit more yourself, or as we say in Spanish, soltarse. So on stage is the same. The first time you go on stage, you're gonna be like I was when I started singing, like many years ago. You keep on doing it again for third time, mastering your emotions and putting yourself out there even if you know you're not going to be Britney Spears on stage. Don't avoid it. Perform as many times as you can and you are gonna be much better at it, I promise. I've seen it in lots of students that are super shy at the beginning and then they become great singers. It's just a matter of setting an intention, doing your best, and show up. Lesson number 4, and this one is related to everything I said before, facing your fears requires you to show up. Now, I was pretty scared about this whole YouTube thing. I mean, if you think about it, 1,000 people had put subscribe, which means that way more than 1,000 people have watched my videos. It is a scary thought to put yourself out there, doing your best when you're a beginner, and knowing that a lot of people will see your weakness. It's not easy. And I was scared, as a lot of people are scared when they start singing, and as I was scared when I started singing as well. And by the way, when I was a child and a teen, I was extremely shy. It was an actual problem, but I wanted to be a singer and that wasn't negotiable. So the big lesson here was that if you are scared, that is not an excuse to not show up. Show up and you're going to be less scared every time, but you have to take that step. Lesson number 5. So this lesson is about being humble and not a perfectionist. I think we all know it, but being a perfectionist is all good as long as it doesn't stop you from doing what you have to do. In the case of my YouTube, there are many excuses I could have bring up to not post my videos. Like the first one, obviously, like as you can probably notice, I have a strong accent. I'm not an English speaker natively, and I still make a lot of grammar mistakes. And I know they are going to come in the videos. And by the way, if I say something in English that that's not how a native English speaker would say it, feel free to let me know in the comments. I like to learn from you as well. Also, looking at a lot of YouTube videos, I noticed that women YouTubers, they put a lot of makeup on and they do their hair and they have a lot of fancy clothes and stuff. And I have always been quite natural. So I do prepare myself the best I can, but I have had to say, okay, I'm going to do my best and that has to be enough. And my best will improve. So that's the second thing that I had to overcome when it comes to being a perfectionist. So I had to be okay with that. Then of course, it's also a little bit demoralizing to see so many YouTubers doing these magnificent videos with lots of edits that to me they are magic. I have no idea how they do it. I had to think about it and say, okay, what is the best that I can do? And trying to do my best and trying that my best is better every day. This is about being humble enough to know that you're a beginner in a lot of things and to still show up, still give your best, even if your best is not the best. This is very important for singing. A lot of singers, they will not go and perform on stage because they are thinking about the high note. They are thinking about what people is gonna think and this and that. And really, what I really think when I see these situations with some students is that they are really focusing on themselves, nothing else, instead of in giving something. And I believe when you are a singer, you are giving something. You are giving your voice. You are giving the audience something. You are giving the audience an experience. You are giving them a moment of feeling emotions and a moment of beauty, because music is beauty. I do believe that, and you shouldn't make it about yourself and about the high note, how awesome you look. I really think you should give your best. So those are the 5 singing lessons that I've learned from being a YouTuber. So if you are one of my 1,000 subscribers, well, probably now it's more like 1,020 or something like that. Thank you very much for having chosen to click subscribe. And if you are not, then subscribe right now and let me know what other topics you want to see covered in this channel.